Well, they've been doing it all. Glasgow, the Move Festival in Manchester, Witness, and you could have been one of many, many, many hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands probably, who've queued up to see them in various record shops around the country as well, to get signed copies of album Lipstick Traces, A Secret History of Manic Street Preachers. And I have been just so excited about welcoming James Dean Bradfield and Nicky Wire, and so much so, I just said to Nicky, I had a dream. I couldn't stop dreaming about you. Last night it was playing on my mind. But Nicky had Bernard Butler's head. So what do we read into that?
You're a freak.
Oh, thank you.
He's taller than Bernard, I think.
No, Bernard's got a very angelic, feminine face, just like me.
Yes. So how's it been? Have you been enjoying doing the festival thing again?
I think, for once, this year we enjoyed playing festivals. For once in our lives, there wasn't really one dark spot.
No.
And we did Witness, Move, Glastonbury and Finland and Denmark. And we kind of enjoyed all of them, which is a miracle for us because we're not really a renowned festival band.
Because the last festival I saw you at was Glastonbury, which must be 3 years ago. Will it be 3 years ago? The last
4 years ago. Crappergate one.
The one with the toilet dispute.
Yeah, that's
right, yeah.
We actually, when we played Glastonbury this time, when we went into the dressing room, Billy Bragg left a toilet roll in there saying, "No hard feelings. Have a good gig."
Actually, to be fair on him, it was a kind of like a big luxury pack of
Aloe vera style.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, he can afford it, can't he?
He can, yeah.
And, but I saw, because I couldn't make Glasgow this year, but I saw highlights on the telly, and you were roaring, you were steaming, weren't you?
I mean, it's taken us 14 years to enjoy Glastonbury, and that's the first time we did.
Is it something to do with the slot you do you think?
Yeah, I think the best thing you can ever do is to go on before the slot, before the headline act. You're just there for an hour, you put everything into it. And it's just, at all festivals, it's just the best time before it gets too dark and before people get too off their heads.
And also, I like that, the sun going down kind of thing is great. New album, Lipstick Traces, which follows on from Forever Delayed. Now, what about new stuff? Because we've heard there will be a new album. There are all sorts of working titles, aren't there?
Yeah, this is where I got to be careful because James gets really irritated with me.
Why?
I'd like to say first that kind of like, this album was always coming out. Nick's been trying to put this album out, Lipstick Traces, for about 5 years now, I think. So kind of like, we finally...
Were you holding him back?
I think we were all holding him back a tiny bit. He's this kind of like completist kind of historian. And we always just, it was finally... I think we really felt as if we just had to clear the decks. And we did that with Forever Delayed, and we've done it now. And just, I think we are making a clean break with everything. Like, a lot of the songs we're playing at the moment, like You Love Us and Motorcycle Emptiness, perhaps we won't be playing on the next tour, so to speak.
Oh, that'll break people's hearts. I mean, not my favourite, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it is the favourite of Manic's fans, isn't it? That's the big one.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Well, it was voted the best song on the website, and James has just now decided that on the spot we're never doing that again.
There's private battles going on.
2 gigs in and no one's dancing, it'll be like, let's put more sound.
How do you decide what set you're going to do then? Do you squabble at the side of the stage going, I'm not going to join in if you start it?
Well, Nick is usually the set master.
I tend to do a set list and then we kind of work downwards. I mean, there's a big problem at the moment between Australia and Everything Must Go. James despises Australia, and me and Sean despise Everything Must Go.
Australia, did you earn quite a few bob out of that advert? Was it a buyout or a...
First time in our lives, I think we did earn a bit of money from giving our money.
I think we got conned because it was done in dollars and we didn't see it was dollars. We thought it was sterling.
No.
But we've done 2 adverts in our lives, one for the Welsh Tourist Board and the other one for the Australian Tourist Board.
So we only advertise countries, we don't advertise products.
So which country will be next?
I don't know.
Yeah, so has it been a bit like sort of clearing out the cupboards, a bit of a spring clean doing this, So what about the new stuff? And I read somewhere that there are working titles, Blueprint for Exile, Litany, Unwritten Diaries. Is all of this true?
No, we have written, we got 4 or 5 songs on the go, which we're really happy with. We just got to, we want to reinvent ourselves, part of the whole cleaning out the closet syndrome is to make the next sonic leap, the next lyrical leap, the next image leap. We've got to come back with, metaphorically, an Achtung baby.
Right.
Where you draw a line in the sand and you just make a big jump. So that whatever that is, I don't know, but it's got to be.
Can you feel anything? Is there a sound in your head or lyrically? I'm talking about lyrics because that's something that I've always been interested in with you lot. That politically, topically, that you're inspired by all manner of things. I mean, Spanish Civil War. Where's your head? Because the Spanish Civil War, I think, I learned a bit when I did, Antonio Machado at school. That was my. Did you root it out, or was it education earlier?
It took me 5 years to write that. I mean, Spanish Bombs was the first inspiration. Then Homage to Catalonia, George Orwell, and I did it in university and stuff as well. And it did take me a long time to. I think if you're writing a political song, you've got to be very careful not to be too bombastic and too grey. It's a really hard thing to do. I think with that's the perfect summation of it. But inspiring, I am inspired by everything. Or, I never short of ideas to write words because there's so much going on. There's so much to read. There's so much to see. I can't understand people when they say they've got nothing to write about, really. From a lyric perspective.
So, because there are people who sort of give up on stuff, and so you are a sponge and you're still soaking up everything that's going on around you. What was it like when you met Castro?
It was just like a Forrest Gump. It was really like a Guinness advert, Not Forrest Gump that he was kind of slow or anything, but it was just... I don't think until we, reach old age that we'll actually take in what it really was like. Just to me, it felt like a completely unreal experience. I mean, he was really bright and really intelligent, really on it, really sound, but I just felt like it was having an out-of-body experience.
Was that the same for you, James?
Yeah, it was, yeah. I mean, kind of everybody assumed that it was part of some kind of press kit that was all, arranged before we went over there. But we didn't actually know that we were going to meet him until 15 minutes before it happened. And like Nick, said, it did feel like as if we were being superimposed into a film. And I think, me personally, I just realised that, I really was a musician in a band when I actually found myself stood before him because, the most political thing I probably said in front of him was that kind of I've got a Napoleon complex because I'm short. And so I just wasn't prepared for it, and I probably wouldn't want to do it again either, to be honest.
I mean, when we were coming home, he did invite us to dinner at his house when no one knows where he lives, but one of his houses, shall we say. But, we just had to get a plane to get home. And he did actually call us up, me and James were on getting on the plane. He went, "Don't worry, I will hold the plane on the runway."
So we got a bit scared then.
Off quick. No, you're all right. Thanks, mate. We'll see you again. Should we have a tune?
Yeah.
What would you like to play? And can I just explain that James forgot his guitar, didn't you, on the way here?
Yeah.
And so he's had to buy one. As you do.
I went and bought one.
Nip into a shop.
Today. And apparently Janice knows a bloke who knows the bloke who makes the guitar. And
it's a small world.
This guitar company is funded by Frozen Foods.
Is it a nice guitar?
It's a lovely guitar.
Good. What are you going to do for it?
It's called Forever Delayed.
Lovely.
Through the galaxy, trapped in this eternity, stranded helpless endlessly, along the last vigilantes. From the city to the sea, will you all come follow me to a place where we are free, not tied to guilt or tied to greed. Forever delayed.
James Dean Bradfield and forever delayed Nicky were with us as well. Sean's actually here. He's sat in another room. I said, come and shake a box of matches. No.
It's the closest you ever got to a Sean interview.
Oh, he's lovely. He's quiet though, isn't he?
He is.
Is he always like that?
He is. Let Sean sing. That's what the crowd sing now.
You've been on an incredible journey for a band who... punk revivals, I don't know, I hate descriptions, but there you were going to disband after one album, and now, you know, huge stadiums, and it must have been an interesting journey.
I mean, it's bizarre to think that, wherever, 20 years ago, we were sat, me and James and Sean in a bedroom together, listening to you, playing Echo and the Bunnymen and Paul Haig and the Cult, you know, thinking that we were going to be, you know, convincing each other that we were going to be this gigantic band, you know. We were completely deluded and deeply flawed, but I think that's what made us interesting and humane, that we made so many mistakes on the way, and that's why people are stuck with us so long, really.
But you must have had that tenacity, that single-mindedness, that vision. They say as well, don't they, like saying it can make it happen. You can actually...
Yeah, I think we had, you know, coming from Wales, there was undoubtedly... drawback's not the right word, but it made you try 10 times as hard. If you came from Liverpool or Manchester, you immediately had that innate swagger and confidence of cultural history, and even Glasgow as well, and what have you. But, you know, coming from where we did, it just made us even more determined, more insane. You know, me and Richey in university spray painting all our shirts, nearly poisoned each other because we forgot to open the windows, and we were there all afternoon with car spray paint. And that's just the way we were, you know, dedicated.
What about your mates from school, your peers? What are they doing? Are they all still...
Well, one's in a band.
Yeah.
the other one's in the band, and the other one's missing.
But did many leave or did many stay?
I just didn't have any friends.
Oh.
No, we didn't have that many friends. Actually, there was. I mean, actually, we went to Finland the other day, and there was a guy we went to college with, who was like, you know, one of Finland's biggest promoters now, kind of thing. So, I think, you know. Strangely, when we went to college, Crosskeys College, I think there was suddenly a little enclave of just lots of people that were, you know, trying to buy Big Flame records or June Bride's records and getting into the Cult, etc., etc. And it was quite an exciting time because all those things were coming to the surface, but it was still quite elitist.
Yeah.
You know, and that's important when you're young because you're very snobbish about the bands that you find yourself. You know, so I think we're in a sly kind of little way. There was this little enclave that we were lucky to be included in college. Kind of thing, you know, that there was suddenly all these things were coming to the surface a bit, I think.
It's fantastic that the Welsh scene has, you know, people are taking notice of it, and there are some amazing bands. You've said Super Furries are like one of the greatest bands ever.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they are, definitely. Yeah. Their first album is just still one of the best, the last, you know.
I think it's, I mean, if you have people in you as well, the one undeniable thing is that every one of them can sing so well, whether it's Keris, whether it's Griff, whether it's Kelly, whether it's James or wherever, you know. I mean, much as I love Flaming Lips and Wayne Coyne, if you try and get him
it's
to
not
sing,
a singer,
no.
But it's the emotion. It doesn't really matter, does
not.
it? You know?
There's something so spot on about, I don't know, innate in Welsh singers, I think.
Are you great business heads?
No, I think we've got a certain kind of like, I think this, almost like, you know, even though none of us are Welsh Presbyterians whatsoever, I think we've got some kind of guilt about wasting money.
Yeah.
And we've got a work ethic. There's some kind of chipfulness inside
There's
us.
that sort of Protestant work ethic.
There's something going on there, yeah.
Sometimes I'd like to think we could be more chaotic and more shambolic, but that's not the, you know, I wake up and write 5 lists every morning and just... That's the way I've always been, that's the way I brought up, that's the way I am. I'm not ashamed of it at all.
I'm a list maker. Whether I do it, but it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Well, you should go in his office. It's amazing. He's got 5 different types of sellotape, 3 different staplers, everything alphabetised.
Oh, no, I'm not that bad. Oh,
Pen ends all over the place.
My dark secrets are coming.
Pens for his
really?
friends.
Some people take heroin and, you know, I just use sellotape.
What do you do when you're not doing music? I mean, do you still hang around together?
I was
or
thinking
do you
about
have separate, you know?
Well, no, I mean, kind of, because Nick and Sean have got kids now, you know, so they're family men. They don't really want me knocking on their door.
Oh, but you're the nice uncle.
Oh, yeah, I'm the dirty,
Maybe.
I'm the horrible uncle that smells of whiskey. The blood bubble in his nose and sent in the backyard to smoke.
Oh, very attractive.
But kind of, no, I was thinking about it the other day, and I still think I've got that kind of bedroom ethic, you know. Yeah, I either kind of like, you know, watch a film, read a book, or try and write a song when I'm off. Doesn't make much for like, a good interview. But I think that's still where our lives are like a bit. I think. Really.
I still think we treat songwriting in such a precious way that since we were 16, it's all about that. We don't want anyone else to hear it. It's just about looking at a song and hearing a piece of music, a little cassette or whatever. It's still definitely totally inside us. That is, it makes everything. If you lose that preciousness about the band and about your songs, then you just sort of dissolve into nothingness.
You live most of your time in London now, don't you?
Yeah,
James?
but kind of I do split some of my time in Cardiff as well.
Yeah, and Nicky, you're mainly in Cardiff.
Always.
Yeah.
When I'm not, that's just I've kind of gradually moved down the valley 5 miles at a time until I've reached the metropolis that is Newport.
Oh, it was lovely. Wales is just so gorgeous, isn't it, though? It must be totally inspirational, I think, if you, get to a beach or look at a mountain or whatever.
It does, people are always amazed if I'm doing interviews or talking to people who reckon me and I say, they go to Barbados for Christmas and I go to Tenby or Solva.
Ah.
But, I just find it deeply cleansing.
Tenby's got mad, though, hasn't it? It's the most popular place, what is it, for stag and hen?
Yeah.
It's ruined.
Staggers are kind of ruining it a tiny bit.
Shame.
It has been ruined.
Where would you escape to, then, James? Where would you?
To be honest, I just find it easy to escape, just
In your head, or?
yeah, and then just four walls kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I mean, I've got a predilection towards going to Italy quite a lot because there's not many British people there. So.
So, you're going to do one more tune before you disappear into the night. And I really do have to thank you. So pleased.
It's a pleasure for us,
that
Janice.
you were going to come through. Thank you very, very much indeed. What are you going to do now?
It's one of the tracks off the album. It's a song we used to cover by Camper Van Beethoven. Take the Skinheads Ball.
Oh, brilliant!
You probably played this.
Actually, Nick could do backing vocals on this.
No.
I did play your version the other
right,
week
cool,
because
gotcha.
I was so excited because, that camper van, and the great thing is, playing your version, I can get the lyrics now because I could never work
It
out
took
what
me-
he said.
Well, I can't figure out where the first line is. Every day I get up and pray
Pray
to
to
Jar
Jar.
or John. I can't
Every
figure
day
out. It's got to be
I
Jar,
pray
I
to
think.
Jar. And he increases the
Number of
number
clocks by exactly one.
Great.
All right, then.
Okay.
Every day I get up and pray to John. He increases the number of clocks by exactly one. Everybody's coming home for lunch these days. Last night they were skinheads, some alone. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Some people say that bowling alleys got big lanes. Some people say that bowling alleys all look the same. There's not a line here that goes here that rhymes as anything. Last night I had a dream, but I forget what it was. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Had a dream last night about you, my friend. Had a dream I wanted to sleep next to plastic. Had a dream I wanted to lick your knees. Had a dream it was about nothing. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling.
Oh, Oh, yes, James Dean Bradfield, and Take the Skinheads Bowling. And I had to gag myself because I wanted to do, you know, the backing vocal bit.
Yeah.
Nicky, it is.
Go Big Legs!
Brilliant. What a great song that is. And whatever happened to Campervan Beethoven, do you know?
Well, some of them went on to be in Cracker, didn't they?
Yeah,
Japan
the band Cracker.
Oh, of course, that's right. With that one, was that wonderful single Low, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they might get a pleasant surprise. They might get a little royalty check from
Oh,
10 quid or
nice,
something. Same as
wouldn't it?
McCarthy. I had a letter off the drummer from McCarthy, who was
Yeah?
one of my favourite bands, and he said, "Oh, thanks. Thanks for being a good commie and spreading out the wealth."
Lovely. Well, you're giving it back. And we're going to give away artwork, actually, for the album Lipstick, Traces the Secret History of Manic Street Preachers. And putting you on the spot, actually, but would you pose the question for us before you go?
There's a cover version on Generation Terrorist called Damn Dog. Which film did that come from?
OK, if you know the answer, 0500 288 291. You can email janice.long@bbc.co.uk. You can text 88 291. And that's for fabulous artwork. And we've also got 5 copies of the album to give away as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been lovely.
Thanks so much. Cheers.